just joining us, rather, still Global Sport on independent television. I'll be going straight into a segment where we'll be talking to the coach of Edo Queens. Right now, they are in Morocco ahead of the big showdown, talking about the Women's Champions League. They'll be squaring up against the defending champion, one of the biggest side in the tournament, talking about Mamelodi Sundowns. Both in Nigeria and also in West Africa, they've had exceptional record winning trophies, especially on the continent and also in the country, talking about Edo Queens. And we've seen their feats recently. They've been exceptional. The only trophy that they've missed in recent time is the Better Obaseki Women Football Tournament, but the rest have always come. They were talking about the Women League and also the Wafubi Championship ahead of the CAF Champions League. And right here, they are ready to get going these few days when it comes to the Women Champions. Williams, before we bring on the coach, what do you think the ladies can do in this particular one? They're not just representing Nigeria right now, they're also representing West Africa. Note, this is their first time at this stage. This is a big stage. Before you know, they can't compete with any team in the world. We've seen most of the players also featured for the Super Falcons of Nigeria in recent weeks, and we're all excited about what we are seeing. Nigerian women football is actually growing faster than we can imagine.
Yes, you know, first of all, kudos to the Edo State Governor Basaki and Deputy Governor Philip Shaibu. They really did well in the sporting activities, especially for the Bendetrans and the Edo Queens. In fact, I will give them kudos on that. They really tried. And then secondly, you see why those ladies were exposed to playing with the Super Falcons. And now they've gotten first-hand international experience, and they're going to this tournament. I would even like to ask him, what's the feelings of those ladies that were included in the Super Falcons, how prepared and how fit they are, because my concern is I want to see how they will attend to in their mentality, because they were first exposed to playing top class football before they are not going into this championship. And I expect them to do really good. I expect them to come back with the flying colors, and then make not only Nigeria but West Africa. But I think they should get that into their thinking and their mind that this is not for Nigeria but West Africa.
Okay, joining us quickly from Morocco via Zoom is the head coach of the Edo Queens side. Preparing for this particular tournament is actually a very interesting one. Good morning to you, coach.
Yeah, good morning.
How's the feeling in the camp right now, not just for you, but for the ladies ahead of this particular showdown?
Well, everybody here is good. The weather good. The atmosphere in the camp very good. The 21 girls that are here with us, everybody's doing well, getting set for the Sunday's game, which is our first match. But our camp is bubbling.
Okay, looking at the structure of the CAF Women Champions League, two groups, 4 teams each in each group. Looking at the teams, now you'll be squaring up, your team will be squaring up against in the group stages. We've seen Edo Queens play against tough side. Most of them imbibed into the Super Falcons of Nigeria side that played against Algeria. So you have some of the players already have a feel of how it's going to look like in a match on the continental stage. How do you see the player preparedness ahead of this particular one?
Honestly, if I should explain it now, I don't know how I'm going to explain it. But I think if you are here with us, you will see the way our camp is right now. Yeah, the inclusion of 8 of my players to the Falcons is a good one. It gave them a positive mentality. Why they came back from the Falcons camp. Honestly, every player wants to play. Every player we brought here wants to play. So our camp is actually bubbling, and which is good for us. The atmosphere is good, and the mentality we came here with is a winning mentality. So we are going to take one game at a time.
Important one to keep in your mind, having that one game at a time. But quickly, let's look into some of the side that you're going to be playing against. The CBE FC from Ethiopia. We also have Mars from Egypt, and also have Mamelodi Sundowns from South Africa. In the national team of some of those team countries, we're talking about Egyptian women national team, the Bayana of South Africa, and also looking at Ethiopian national team. We are having women from different parts of the continent come together to square up against your side. I believe you've had one or two experience or seen some of this team play. How do you think squaring up against Edo Queens will be, especially for your side in this particular one?
One of the things that is good for us is that we've watched their games. Virtually all the teams we are going to play, we watch them over and over. Most especially me, I watched them over and over and over in different games. We saw their style of plays and the rest. But notwithstanding, they too will have watched us. So every game with different style. I think 90 minutes will decide for all our games. So I am believing that as long as my girls are ready to play and they are good to go, every game, like the first game is on Sunday, which is the most vital one for us. Very, very vital because that will put us into the competition proper. So we're not going to take any chances. We try to take all our chances and try to see how we don't concede. So it's a good one.
Okay, another very big thing to look into, coach, is the issue of injury. So far, so good. All players are named for this particular tournament. Do you have any injury concern right now?
My greatest joy is that even when my team left for the Super Falcons, during the friendlies, I was praying that no player should come back with injury. But thank God I watched and monitored the game, and they came back all fit. And the 21 players we came here with, no injury worries. No injury worries.
Okay, that means on the positive side, the fitness level for the team is actually a very interesting one. Williams here, my co-analyst in the studio, definitely have a question already on his mind that he wanted to ask you, very important. Williams, quickly.
Yeah. Good morning, Mr. Moses. Nice to be talking to you. And I've noticed that you're a man of few words, and I want you to tell us that where is your relationship with them? How well are they paying attentive to instructions? Because see, I noticed that. So you are a man of few words. So how are they accepting your instructions? And then the last question: those ladies that were included in to the Super Falcons being exposed to international play, what is their morale now, and how have they been able to blend in with the other ladies, and how are you managing their exposure?
Well, I'll try and make it very sharp because we are in the battleground already, so we don't need to talk much. Football is not all about boasting. You don't boast. 90 minutes we decide. That is why you see me talking like this. After the game, when your interview comes in, we try to talk more. But honestly, my communication with the players has been good. They are responding well to training. Their input, their way of thinking is very good. And the players that joined us, they've been with us. 3 of them went for the World Cup under 20 and came back, and they were with us before. 8 of them went to the national team for the 2-legged friendly match. The honest truth is that the camp is good. I must tell you the truth. And the atmosphere here is good for us as Nigerians. And I think we are just waiting for Sunday to come. Today we have our first training section this evening, and to test the field and the weather. The weather is not too harsh. The weather is good. But the basic thing is that the players are responding well to instruction. And I tell you the truth, Nigerians should pray for us and they should expect positive results.
Okay, Nigerians definitely will be expecting positive results right there, coach. And lastly, before we let you go, definitely we know you want to prepare the team ahead of the opening match for the Edo Queens side right there at the tournament. Looking at your performance or your team performance so far so good in major tournaments ranging from the Women League down to the Betty Obaseki Women Football Tournament and also the Waffle B Championship that your team also won. What have you learned from all these tournaments going into the CAF Women's Champions League?
Well, I think with the three tournaments we play, I've seen consistency in my team. Most especially scoring of goals. So I believe during the Super Six, what really gave us the league was our ability to score goals. We scored about 11 goals in the tournament. And when we went for the Wafubi, we scored about 14 goals. For Bexy Cup, we took third, but what we tried to avoid was injuries, so we never put in all our best. But notwithstanding, the guys played very well. They were consistent in the philosophy we are trying to put in them. So one of the things I know that is doing well for us in this competition, and I'm praying God to still help us, is that they should be consistent in our ball play, and I think we'll get positive results.
Okay, we are definitely hoping for that positive result that you've actually talked up to for us. I will definitely be letting you go right now when it comes to this particular speed. Tomorrow or subsequently after some of your games, we'll have more time to get insights about what is happening from the camp of Edo Queens, as time definitely will not permit us to go as far as where we want to go to on this interview. Williams, and lastly, before we switch our attention away from our women football and also the continental football and sport generally, Edo Queens right now. You've heard from the head coach a whole lot at stake for the ladies, pride, honor, and also victory at stake for them. So, and he made mention of one thing: weather.
Yes. Yes.
The weather is somehow cold, and the players need to adjust to it.
Yeah.
And all these players are girls that have been playing in Nigerian football for quite some time, or almost all through their career so far down to this particular level. How do you think they are going to fare?
From the interview so far, I think he's been able to bring in the teams together. He's been able to interact with the team and how to manage them and how to use the ones that have been exposed to foreign play and all that, And too, they are going to face Mamelodi Sanders ladies. Those people, they are good in. I will not take them for granted. They are good. They've been exposed to the standard nature of football. But with what the government, Edo State government, they've done in the Edo Queens and exposing them to this height in football, I think they will not be intimidated. And from the look of the environment and the atmosphere with them, as he has explained, it means they are in high form and their morale is high as we have expected them to be.
So we'll be expecting the ladies to do exceptionally well in this particular one. I and me and also everybody in the studio definitely want the Edo Queens to do something well right there. Okay, we also have Nusa Eguma quickly also lending his voice to the level of preparedness for the ladies right there in Morocco. He actually is also a sport journalist, so he has a very good insight about the level of preparedness. So how are you doing?
Good morning, Solomon. Good morning, Vinicius. I'm very, very fine.
So quickly walk us through the level of preparedness of the ladies and also what we'll be expecting in the 3 group games in the CAF Women Champions League.
I think on the level of preparedness, the coach has said everything that there is to know. He has given insight into how the team is faring right now. I can only reiterate what the coach has said. The girls are well prepared, well drilled, like we've seen before. I think Edo Light and Nigerians should just better expect what we did in the WAF B. Try to run through the tournament without conceding and scoring more goals. In terms of the journey from Nigeria transition down to here, we left Benin City on Thursday, rather on Tuesday, landed Lagos. On Wednesday, sorry, landed Lagos, and the early hours of Thursday morning, we took off by Air Morocco to the Mohammed V International Airport here in Casablanca, Morocco. We landed here at about 10:45 a.m. the team settled in their base, the camp, and they had a little walk around just to feel the environment and the weather. I think so far the girls have been acclimatizing in terms of the weather and preparation wise. The coach has said it technically has said everything that there is to know, and I think the girls are really prepared. Nigerians, like I mentioned, should better expect what happened in the Waffle B and in the Super Six. Try to score more goals, have a very good display of football artistry, and concede very less.
One of the biggest tournaments for Nigerian women football. I don't want to put you on the edge and ask you what we'll be expecting when it comes to scores right there. But you said something just now. You said the ladies have been scoring a whole lot of goals. Even the coach attests to it in some of the tournament that they are playing. Even at the Waffle Championship that qualified them for the CAF Women Champions. A whole lot of good, beautiful goals right there. I believe that is one aspect of this tournament that we'll be looking into. We saw Jamilusi also getting an hat-trick for the Super Falcons of Nigeria in a friendly game against Algeria. So the goal department right now, are they ready to bring in their A game into this tournament?
Well, like the coach mentioned, the 21 players in camp are not just fully fit; they are ready to go, and they are ready to give their 1,000%. Not just their A game. I mean, if when you're giving you 1,000, it means you are giving more than required, doing more than necessary. I think that's what the girls are ready to do. And for the goal scorers, the attackers in the team, like you already know, they've been firing from Osalinda. We had Moses Esther Choman, and also we have MMSN, Folashade Jamilusi, Marianne, a lot of them, and they've been firing during the WAPB, during the Betty Obaseki Women's Football Tournament. We were joined by Anjo Mary, a very fantastic player. So the girls are really ready in the goal scoring department, and the midfield is as compact as ever. I believe you saw some of the games in the Betty Obaseki Women's Football Tournament. I'm not even trying to boost or brag. I think Edo Queens were the best team, not just on the score sheet, on the way they played, the football artistry they displayed. I think we can give that to them. And you look at the defensive position as well, compact, solid, and one of the very best hands in the game in female football in Nigeria, who was also called to the Super Falcons, one of in the recent two-leg friendly against the Green Ladies of Nigeria, or you know, meaning is in goal for Edo Queens. So we can expect a whole lot of this just. But I would always say that football is about 90 minutes that the coach has recreated, because time 90 minutes will decide.
Well, time will take us to take more gists from the camp right there, especially with you. Thank you very much, Anosa, for giving us your insights about what we'll be expecting from Edo Queens.
It's always a pleasure, Solomon. And Edo people and everybody in Nigeria should keep supporting the girls, and they'll always do us proud.
Okay, thank you very much.